Yo, 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 what's good, everyone? Welcome to, well, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Welcome to, once again, another video here on the VB Thomas platform. Today, we're going to be streaming on YouTube, as that is a little bit easier for me. My apologies if you're a Twitch fan. It is going to be on YouTube from now on. So yeah, today we're going to be racing on Imola, as you can see in the title already. It's going to be Division 2, and I've got the nice charts for you ready, guys, again. Here we go. All right. Oh, shit. Yeah, it's starting soon. Okay, yeah, well, here we go. So last week we had Canada. Keldy won that one with Tomo in P2 and Metco in P3. So congratulations to those three. Unfortunately, I wasn't there. Track information for today. As I said already, it is going to be Imola, Italy. Italy has a population of 58 million, which is quite a big country if you ask me. The first Grand Prix was in 1980. The last winner in Imola here in Formula 1 Racing League. It's been a long time, so, I mean, they don't know themselves anymore, so I've got unknown. And I did Imola a couple of days ago. I think it was on Tuesday. And it was a 114.0 for the fastest qualifying lap and a 117.5 for the fastest race lap. But I don't think these guys are going to be beating that in Div 2. Now let's go over to the track layout as we're just into turn 1. A heavy braking zone into turn 1. Kind of a messy turn 1 every time. It's going to be a one-shot qualifying and a sprint race. So we can't miss that one-shot qualifying, of course. 4.9 kilometers race distance. And then we've got 157 race distance. Well, 4.9 is a track distance. So I'm just going to skip this just because we've got that one-shot qualifying upcoming. I'm going to show you the predictions for the race real quick. Well, the strategy, of course. Soft, mediums, medium, soft. We saw it yesterday. Well, we saw it on Tuesday. It worked perfectly fine. If you don't have a safety car, you're going to be able to make it. If you do have a safety car, you're even going to make it better. So soft, medium, medium, soft. We saw a couple of guys go from mediums to hards or hard to mediums, which worked out fine too. We see no difference. Well, we do see a difference, but the guys going from soft to mediums are faster at the beginning and slower at the end. The guys who go from mediums to hards or from hards to mediums, they're slower at the end, but slower at the beginning, but faster at the end because their tires are less degraded. So let's go straight over to the game real quick as I want to make this work. It doesn't seem to be working right now. It does seem to be working right now. There we go. I'm not too sure if you guys have seen this layover already, but it seems like the one-shot qualifying has finished already. So I flew past my introduction there, as of course we want to have, why is my, hold up. You guys should be able to hear the race, but you actually can't, and I have no idea why. I'm just gonna try and fix that for you guys. PlayStation sound. Alright, so you should be able to hear it now. Let's hope you do. So these are gonna be the standings. Sheepy Cav has actually been pretty improving, if you ask me. Brad races in P2 and Tomo in P3. Further, we've got Youngie, Murph, Bopinator, Jeff Badger, Apex Joe, Sean in P9, Matko in P10, and further we've got Widget, Hammer, Foxy, Oranjeboom Brown, we've got Joe Bireni, Thunder Buddy, Vindog, and Geldy all the way in P18. They did disqualify, and that is what you're gonna have with a one-shot qualifying. You're gonna be disqualifying, and these guys have not made it into a good lap. So they're going to be starting at the back of the grid. But of course, the sprint race, the position change happens quite usually in Imola, usually into turn 1. You know, it's always chaos. It's always chaos in Imola. And that's what you love to see as a commentator, as a racing driver, as a league owner. Well, not really as a league owner, because if you have chaos in turn 1, that means you have got a lot of reports. which you don't like, of course. But overall, a lot of position changes is lovely to see as a commentator. And Imola, I mean, I've seen it on Tuesday. We have had a lot of overtakes. I think that must have been my best commentary video ever. So this might be a sign that this might be my best commentary video ever done for Formula 1 Racing League. I think my best one I've ever done is Monaco, which was last season, season 2, of course, for Div 1. As this is going to be season 2 for Div 2, we have got a good amount of drivers, as we've got 5 red lights already. Oh, we're going to be doing a formation lap first. I don't have any leagues that do formation laps anymore, so I was quite surprised here. We might be able to talk a little bit more about the standings, as we can see Geldy, who's all the way in P18 in the sprint race right now, is P1 in the driver's standings. And if I remember correct, the guys who win the sprint race get the same amount of points as the guys who win the actual race. So the point system is a little bit different for the sprint races, if I'm not mistaken, of course. Then we have got the Haas driver, which is gonna be Sheepy Kev in P2. Sheepy Kev, actually, if I remember quite well, he wasn't that great last season, but it seems like he had a big step up into this season, and definitely up there together with Geldy. And of course in P3 we have got Tomo. No, that is not Tomo. Who's that? I cannot read it. Murph is in P4 though. Matko in P5. Both AlphaTauris in the top 5, which is not bad at all. I think it is Brad, isn't it? Brad Racing or something like that. But where is he? Is he in the lobby? It doesn't look like he's in the lobby though. Oh no, he is. P2. Yeah, he's in the Alpine. Yeah, that makes sense because the color there is blue. So it is going to be Brad in P3. Not a bad result if you ask me. These 3, I didn't expect them to be in the top 3. I would say people like Murph, maybe Chef Badger, Matko, those guys maybe. I mean, Geldy was pretty consistent last season too, though. But I definitely didn't expect Sheepy Kev. I didn't expect Brad Races. But Brad Races, I haven't seen him very often yet. So I think that's the reason why. And we can also look at the tires real quick. So I'm going to take a quick sip. As we've got a lot of different tire strategies here from the guys. So we want to make sure... whoa, wow. Not too many different tire strategies. Oh, Elias, welcome, mate. Hope you're having a fine evening. Are you racing Div 1, buddy? So there's 17 people on the grid with mediums, and we've got 1 guy starting on the softs. That is, of course, going to be Geldy. Oh, yeah, right. We only have 11 laps, so it's going to be a sprint race. Totally forgot about that. So we're going to be having a sprint race first, which is going to be 11 laps, of course, 1/3 of the actual race, which is going to be 50% of the 100% race, which means we are going to be having a race of 32 laps tonight. Right now, short sprint race. We had a one-shot qualifying before. These are going to be the standings from the one-shot qualifying, and we've got 5 red lights here in Imola. All the guys are lining up behind each other to get going. It's 5 red lights here in Imola, and away we go. Season 2, round 8 of the Formula 1 Racing League. We've got a little bit of an interesting start there. Youngie already takes P3 here around the outside of Tomo, as it seems like Brad Races tries to get around the outside of Sheepy Kev, as Red Bull has a little bit of an awkward line there into that corner, and Youngie goes back to P15 as he drops a lot of positions there. Also, the McLaren has been caught lacking Sean MC, and that is obviously not what we want to see there. A Williams driver has also been caught lacking. And let's go on board with Tomo here as he's right behind Murph. I mean, 5/10, which is not too far from the AlphaTauri driver. Chef Badger is making a move on the Aston Martin driver. Down the inside he goes, and does Vindog make that move? He does indeed, down the inside, as the Aston Martin driver has a little bit of an awkward line, and so does Vindog. Down the inside he goes. He tries to defend the inside line. The Aston Martin driver dive bombs. Well, dive bombs, not really. There goes the McLaren driver, Joe Pireni. He couldn't keep up with the pressure as Vindog retakes P8. Goes a little bit too deep, cuts the grass a little bit there. But he does have to give that position back. 3-second time penalty for Vindog, as that is going to be a very interesting penalty there. Dunder Buddy. It gets back to P9. Matko. There goes Matko. Is that Matko? No, it's Geldy. Geldy on the soft tires. Does he have a broken front wing? Yes, indeed he does. As the Ferrari driver goes down the inside, making that move on Geldy as he comes into the pits right now. Possibly will have to go on to medium tires. And both McLaren drivers not having the best race of their lives. Tomo right on the tail of Murph. And we're going to be seeing these two battle all day long. These two are very challenging. Well, they're very challenging each other. They're very competitive. They're very fast. They have similar pace. And I do think these guys are going to be up and down in positions during the sprint race and both the race too. We've got Bobinator 2006. As he's probably, let me have a quick think. He's probably 17, isn't he? I'm 20. I'm born in 2003, so that does make sense. Currently in P5, not a bad position there. Position change-wise, we've got Vindog being the biggest winner. A little bit of a crash there from Shaft Badger as he drops back to P15 right now. As he's even losing more positions. Vindog trying to get past the Aston Martin driver into the chicane right there. As he has a good exit coming out of that corner. He's got the slipstream right now. He's going to have DRS next lap as there is only one DRS opportunity. So he's got to wait to come across the finish line, and then the next lap he will have the DRS right there. A little bit of a lag for the Ferrari driver as he loses the toe of the Aston Martin there a little bit. 4/10 for Vindog right now as he already has that penalty on the medium tires right now. He catches the slipstream and he's not able to close down that gap. Thunder Buddy is not able to close down the gap either as he's being followed by Matko in P10. Let's go on board with some guys here in the top 5, top 6 as Apex Joe is trying to get back to Tomo right now. 2 positions gained is not a bad result for the Alfa Romeo, especially seeing his teammate dropping 8 positions. Came from P7 all the way to P15 right now. We've got Vindog once again gained 9 positions. He's gonna drop a couple though due to that 3-second time penalty. I'm not too sure if he's gonna be able to get that removed, but this is the battle we have to look at right now. As I want to have a quick look, who did I say was gonna have a good battle again? Was it? Wait. I said someone was going to have a good battle. I kind of forgot who he was. Mervyn Tomo? Did Tomo crash out or something? I don't know. Possibly. Thunder Buddy caught up to the Ferrari driver. As it is going to be a 3-way battle. Possibly a 4-way battle if Matko can keep up with the pace of these guys right in front of him. But it is going to be a little bit of a DRS straight. Vindog will have the DRS this time around as he's coming around the last corner. Takes a lot of curb on the exit. Takes a lot of curb on the entry. And there goes the Aston Martin onto the grass. Vindog will have the DRS as he goes down the inside right now. He uses the DRS. He uses a little bit of DRS, but he doesn't have much spare as he makes that move down the main straight. And there goes the Mercedes driver around the outside into turn 1. And he tries to find some space, but the Ferrari doesn't give any. Beautifully done by Vindog right there, keeping his P7, although he's going to drop a position due to the penalty. We've got a heavy battle right now between Hammer and Thunder Buddy. It's Hammer, it's the Thor against Zeus. Thor against Zeus right now. Of course, Thor who's using a hammer, and we've got Zeus using thunder, which is quite logically a little bit of a snap there from Thunder. Too much storm right in front of his car, and there's no storm, obviously. I mean, yeah, you guys get it. Thunder Buddy right now trying to close down that gap to Vindog, but I feel like Vindog is always a very dangerous prospect when he gets past someone and he's able to find that kind of grip in his car that nobody else can find, and he's just flying across the corners. Right now we're seeing Thunder Buddy struggle a little bit with his grip on track right now. We see him slide all over the place whenever he goes through a corner as Foxy gets a 3-second time penalty, and I do think we're going to be seeing a lot of time penalties here in Div 2. As usually, Div 2 is a little bit less experienced, less... Oh, there goes the Mercedes driver. I thought he was going to slip, though. I thought he was going to spin into the wall. And he does have the DRS right now, but will it be enough? I don't think so. Matko, who caught up. Apex Joe makes the move down the inside. Around the outside, actually, as the Williams driver tries to get back. A little bit of an awkward line there by the Alfa Romeo driver. Apex Joe is trying to get back, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. DRS. He doesn't have the DRS, though, but he has to do it with Slipstream. The Alfa Romeo driver, an awkward line. There goes Tomo as he makes the move on Apex Joe. Apex Joe, who went on to the gravel right there. Joby, who's getting another 3-second time penalty, as Vindog seems to have caught up to Apex Joe and Tomo right now, which isn't great for the Williams driver, obviously, because he is bringing Thunder Buddy and Hammer with him. Although Hammer 1.4 seconds behind right now, Thunder Buddy right on the tail, sniffing that butt off the Ferrari driver. Another track limit there for Vindog, and I do think he's going to have another penalty pretty soon. We're only in lap 5 out of the 11 as Vindog is trying to make a move around the outside, but the room was not there. There goes the Alfa Romeo driver, a little bit too wide as he loses a position to Vindog. He possibly loses another position to the Mercedes driver, and I'm not too sure if it was too smart from Vindog. Oh, there goes the Alfa Romeo into the wall, possibly a broken front wing, as I think that must have been Thunder Buddy taking him out. Goes a little bit too wide once again, so does Hammer, but it is going to be Thunder Buddy with the DRS. The Ferrari doesn't have the DRS, and this should be an easy move for Thunder Buddy. He chooses to go down the inside, and Vindog obviously doesn't have any ERS, so this is going to be an easy move for the Mercedes driver. And there goes Thunder Buddy right now, as I'm just going to have a quick look with Youngie here as he caught up to Widget. 7/10 for the Red Bull driver, and he wants to be in that tow of the Williams driver. The Williams driver who doesn't have a lot of ERS left. All of these guys are running medium tires, obviously. Oranje Boom Brown has lost a couple of positions, so did Sean. But the biggest loser definitely is going to be Youngie, who dropped all the way from P4 to P12. Does that mean he has bad race pace? I don't think so. I think he got crashed out or crashed out himself during the beginning of this race. But he has done a good job getting back to the top 10 right now. I mean, P12 is not a bad position. Widget is in P11, so he might be able to grab that position if he's going to be able to make that overtake with the use of DRS. And it seems like Brad Race is caught up to Sheepy Kev right now, so it's going to be a DRS opportunity for the Alpine driver, and it's only a matter of time before he's going to be able to overtake him. Joby Rennie once again another 3-second time penalty. We might want to have a quick look with the penalties right now. 12 seconds of time penalties for Joby Rennie, and it's only lap 7 out of 11. As he gets another 10-second time penalty, he might be cutting the corners here, which is obviously not allowed. Sheepy Kev feels the pressure from behind. Brad Races is pushing everything in his car to get a little bit faster, to get that extra slipstream, and he doesn't actually. Coming out of turn 7, he had a little bit of a snip there. And we have got an Alpine. Is that an Alpine? No, that is a Williams and a Red Bull who crashed themselves. I mean, possibly a collision between the both of them, as it seems like Foxy retakes P11 right now. Not a bad job there, but he does have that 3-second time penalty. But the big battle is going on right here. Sheepy Kev once again putting the pressure on the shoulders of the Alpine driver as he gets out of the 1-second DRS zone. As of obviously Brad Races and needs to be within 1 second to get the DRS. A little bit of a risky line there from the Haas driver, and is he gonna have the DRS? Let's have a quick look. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. So he's gonna be losing a couple of tens there on the straight, a couple of hundreds maybe, as he doesn't have the slipstream, he doesn't have the DRS, and a McLaren driver is gonna spin out. And no, that is Joby Rennie's car who DNF'd in the pit lane as he was all the way at the back of the grid. Tomo seems to be making a move on a Bobinator down the inside with the use of DRS, and the Mercedes driver was looking to make a move there, but the room was not there. He was too far back, and making a move around that corner, you want to be alongside the driver in front of you, the driver that you want to overtake, because otherwise it's just going to be too risky for you. Well, for both you and the guy you're trying to overtake. So here goes the Mercedes driver, dive bomb down the inside, but it seems like there is enough room given by Bobinator, as it is obviously going to be Bobinator and Thunder Buddy. I thought it was going to be Tomo and a Bobinator right there. Is there any moves going on at the back of the grid? Yes, there is. Widget and Youngie, these two are quite familiar with each other, as they had an incident in lap 7 or lap 6, if I'm not mistaken. And only 3 more laps to go here in this Imola sprint race. And is Widget going to be able to get into that top 12, possibly top 11, as Foxy obviously has that 6-second time penalty. Thunder Buddy right now on the tail of Bobinator, as he's trying to go down the inside. The room is not there, but he's going for it anyway. Deep dive bomb by the Mercedes driver. Bobinator leaves enough space for Thunder Buddy to get past. They're going too wide, maybe 3 wide here, as 2 drivers are going to be having the DRS. It is obviously going to be the Ferrari and the Mercedes driver. There goes the Ferrari as he's going into the wall. Is that race over for Vindog? Doesn't look like it, but what a race he had, and it has to end in a strategy. He's currently in P9 only, but he's going to have a broken front wing though. Bobinator, who's not able to keep up with the pace of Thunder Buddy. Let's get a quick look with the position changes here. 11 positions gained for Thunder Buddy. What a sprint race he has had, as he's definitely my driver of the race for this sprint race, of course, if he doesn't crash out. 2 more laps to go. These guys are not going to be able to make a move. Widget maybe might be able to make a move on Youngie. He's trying to catch that slipstream and catch that DRS. He's going to have one more opportunity. No, he's going to have 2. He's going to have 2. No, actually, let me have a quick think. No, he's going to have 2. So 1 down the main straight right now when he's going to have the DRS, if he has the DRS right now, because he's out of the 1 second. And then, of course, in lap 11, well, lap 10, going into lap 11. And someone crashed out. That is going to be Matko. Matko crashed out. Hammer gets a 3-second time penalty as he's currently in P7, 5 positions gained. And Matko drops back to P14. So what a eventful race this has been already. And this is only going to be more interesting during the actual race, obviously, because we're going to be having 32 laps of this kind of action. People dropping positions, people crashing out each other, incidents, and of course beautiful moves. We've got a 3-way battle for P10 right now. They've caught up to Foxy, and obviously Foxy, there's no point in him battling with a Youngie because he has a 6-second time penalty. Youngie has 0 seconds, and Youngie obviously has the DRS right now, makes a move down the inside. Foxy goes around the outside as he leaves enough space for the Red Bull driver to get past. There goes Youngie, and what Foxy could do is a battle with Widget and hope for another penalty for the Williams driver, but obviously it's not as easy as it sounds, as Youngie is now trying to get away from these two. The Ferrari driver has a broken front wing. Vindog, I'm talking about, currently in P9, only 2 more laps to be driven as he's going down the inside. He's leaving a little bit of space for the guys to get past. There's no point in battling because he's going to be losing that position anyway. I think he's going to hold up someone. He's going to hold up Foxy to create some space between Foxy and Youngie right there as he's into this weird uphill corner. Ooh, the Haas driver tries to take out, well, probably didn't try to take out, but goes into the back of the Ferrari driver right there. And Widget now retakes that position. Vindog, who has a 3-second time penalty. And I think what Vindog was trying to do is just try to keep it in front of Foxy, because Foxy had that 6-second time penalty, so he only had to create a gap of 3 seconds, which definitely could be possible. Youngie quite close to Apex Joe right now as he caught up quite easily to the Alfa Romeo driver. He's gonna have the DRS right now, gains a couple of hundreds down the straight, maybe even tenths. He's trying to go around the outside. This is possibly the only option he has to make a move, but he doesn't go for it. The Alfa Romeo driver doesn't have ERS though, and he goes onto the grass, feels too much pressure on his shoulder, and there goes Youngie. He waited very, very nice until an opportunity popped up, because he knew that Apex Joe sometimes goes a little bit awkward through that line, through that corner. And it happened once again. It costed him a position as Apex Joe is currently in P9. Let's go back to Thunder Buddy as he's on the tail of Tomo. And with the use of DRS, he might be able to make that work. Although, no, he's not going to have the DRS. And I do think he's going to go for the dive bomb. He's tried it with another driver too. A little bit of an awkward line there for the Williams driver. And I think if Thunder Buddy would have chosen a normal line through that corner, he would have been able to make the switchback work. But right now, it's going to be too close. It is not going to be the position for Thunder Buddy. 5/100ths of a second as Bobinator gets into P6. Beautifully done by the Alpine driver, as I don't think anyone else will be making a move. Widget might be able to make a move on Foxy, but there's no point anyway. He just has to keep it behind the Haas driver, as he's got a penalty anyway. He's got a penalty anyway. What is Apex Joe doing? Will the Williams driver get past the Haas driver? Not really well, sort of. And Foxy drops back to P13. Maybe P14 if Galdi can get in front. He does not get in front, as he's 15 seconds behind. Sean gets in front of Matko. Matko, who possibly had a broken front wing, as he's letting the league owner go past. Big shout out to Sean MC for sticking with me. Well, as here comes, guys, if you like it, make sure to drop a follow and a like. Would really appreciate it. Oranje Boom, he is going to be dead last together with his buddy Joby Rennie. Both drivers will not be scoring. Well, do they score any points? That is a good question. I actually don't know. But yeah, that was going to be your sprint race. So let's have a quick look at what the standings are looking like. Driver of the day, I cannot agree more. Thunder Buddy. He has gained 12 positions maybe? I don't know. He came all the way from the back of the grid. So these are not the results. These are the results. So Thunder Buddy came from P16. He gained 11 positions. Not too bad. So Sheepy Kev, in P1. We've got Brad Races in P2 and Murph in P3. Further, we've got Tomo, Thunder Buddy, Bobinator, Hammer, Youngie, Apex Joe, and a PRV Widget in the top 10. Then we've got a Chef Badger, a Vindog, a Foxy, Geldy, Sean, a Matko, and then Oranje Bone Brown. And the only DNF of tonight, well, actually by going into the pit, so not a real DNF, not like he crashed into the wall. But Joby Rennie, he DNF'd in the pit lane. And we can see that the guys at the back of the grid also qualified at the back of the grid. Except for Thunder Buddy and Hammer maybe. But I mean, 5 positions gained isn't great. Isn't bad either. I'm just gonna take a quick sip of water because all of this talking makes me tired, you know? I'm just gonna listen to my own microphone. Oh yeah, quality is alright. I'm just gonna have a quick listen on YouTube too, because obviously if the quality is not alright, I've got 4 messages on YouTube, on Discord, so I hope it doesn't have anything to do with the leak. No, it doesn't. Let's go on YouTube. And it's summer night. Up to Charlene. Okay, let me have a quick look here, guys. Okay, there we go. No, okay, it's all fine. Let me have a quick look. Is there anything else I need to sort out before going underway? I don't think so, do I? I don't think so. Before I drop top Julian. Okay. So we have got a couple of guys out on track already, actually everyone. And this is gonna be the big question. What tires is everyone on? Oh, this is a satisfying moment for a commentator. And I'll tell you why, guys. Here's the thing. As a commentator, you love to see many position changes early in the race. And if you see P1 on the hards, P2 on the mediums, and P3 on the softs, and even P4 on the softs, you're going to be seeing position changes. You're going to be seeing them. And I think that's what we're going to be seeing here today too. Hards, medium, soft, soft, medium, hard, medium, soft, soft. Sounds like that kind of game you play where you have to remember what you have put, right? So hard, and then you have to press hard, then hard, medium, hard, medium, soft, and then you press. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, it has a name though. That's quite interesting. Yes, indeed it is. A lot of people have listened to my strategy prediction, but there might be rain though. It's looking very cloudy, so that might be the reason why some have gone onto the hards or something like that. I don't know. Maybe there's rain later on. We have got Oranje starting on the mediums at the back of the grid, and then Joby tries to get a comeback race work. But overall, a soft medium would work. The guy that won on Tuesday in the fastest division I've ever known has gone soft mediums. So these guys starting on the softs might be hoping for an early safety car to go onto the mediums or the hards at the end of the race. The guys on the mediums are hoping, or the guys on the hards are hoping for a late safety car to go onto the soft tires. And then obviously, if it works, you're a legend. If it doesn't work, you're an idiot. That's just it. But yeah, everyone is going to put themselves on track right now. I'm just going to take a pillow real quick, because my ass is hurting. Hold up. I've got time. No, I don't have time. The guys are in the way already. Oh. Ah. Okay. Ready. Everyone is on the grid right now. We've got 5 red lights for the Imola Grand Prix here in Formula 1 Racing League. It's 5 red lights, and away we go. We've got a pretty decent start there by Sheepy although Brad Racing is right around the corner. He's making a move already. Brad Racing right now in P1 as he's going around the outside. Retakes P1, retakes what's his. As Foxy retired from the session already. We've got a virtual safety car, and that is going to be the Haas driver in the wall. And also Bobinator has had an incident there as he is on the gravel into turn 1, turn 2. And let's have a quick look with the position changes. A lot of position changes already. Sean got back in P9. Not a bad result by the McLaren driver there. We've got 3 positions gained for Oranje Boom in P14 at the moment. And then, of course, the biggest change of positions is going to be between Brad Racing and Sheepy Cav. Brad, who came in P1, they've had a big battle during the sprint race already, and I do think we're going to be seeing a big battle during the actual race already. Pirelli's race strategy is soft mediums or medium hards. I cannot agree more, as my pizza is coming back up. That's from all the screaming. And there's going to be green flags and go for these guys as Hammer is right around the corner of Tomo's house. And is this going to be Tomo's house? That is going to be a big question. Tomo has to finish in the top 3, in my opinion, before he can call Imola his house. As he's now trying to catch up to Murph. And it's going to be a little bit of a DRS slipstream kind of train right now. Brad Races gets the fastest lap. Of course, 132.3 isn't very representable because we had a virtual safety car. Let's go back here. Sean, who makes the move down the inside of the Alfa Romeo driver. Beautifully done by Sean right there, as he's right now in an Alfa Romeo sandwich. He is on those soft tires though, so that is something we have to look at. He's going to be on the slower tire at the end of the race. All the other guys on the hards or the mediums right now, they will be on the softs at the end of the race, but Sean has gone for a different strategy. In my opinion, one of the better ones. Youngie right on the tail of Chef Badger has a good line coming through that slow left-hander as he makes a move around the outside. Is he going to be able to make it stick? No, he isn't. He's backing off, and we've seen Youngie do that before and waiting for a mistake from the guy ahead, which is, in my opinion, how you should race. How you should show sportsmanship like driving. And Youngie is the perfect example of that. Sean on the tail of Apex Joe right now, as he's not gonna have the DRS there yet, and he plays around with the track limits right there, only a couple of centimeters, or he would have had a track warning. And let's go on board with Tomo here as he's right on the tail of the AlphaTauri driver. He's gonna have the slipstream, no DRS yet, and there is obviously only one DRS opportunity. Fastest lap for everyone who's coming across the line. There goes Tomo, slipstream opportunity. Sheepy Cavalry takes P1 as they're going side by side right now. Brad Races backs out of the move, well, out of the defense, as he re-delivers the position to Sheepy Cav right now. And Merv and Tomo shouldn't be battling too much with each other because they're going to be losing the toe of Brad Races and Sheepy Cav. Let's go on board with Thunder Buddy right now. He's been battling with Hammer during the sprint race too. And, you know, Imola, a difficult track to make the overtake in Sector 2 or Sector 3. But definitely a good overtaking opportunity in Sector 1. Down the main straight, you're going to have the DRS. Go, Kev, in the chat. Tenastic, I should say. Tenastic just sounds way better. Tenastic. He's rooting for you, Sheepy Kev. So I hope you can hear this. Obviously, he's got that Alpine right on his tail, and Brad Races, if he can keep it clean, I do think he's got a big chance of getting that race win here. It's just a matter of time. He's trying to make a move down the inside, pushes the aisles a little bit wide there, but enough room given for him to get past. He should get past as soon as possible because he's on those mediums. Sheepy Kev is on the hards. And will Brad Races go from mediums to hards, or will he go from mediums to softs? He will be struggling later on, and Brad Races has the DRS too, and now it's going to be only a matter of time before Murph is going to get past Sheepy Kev. And he does have to hope for a mistake by the Haas driver right now, and as I said it already, Sheepy Kev has just got such a big boost since last season. Tomo right now on the tail of a Murph, and as I was saying before, you've got one good overtaking opportunity, well, two, I would say two. One down the main straight with the use of DRS, and one into turn 7, the slow left-hander where the guys are currently located, well, P14, P15, P16. as they're having a little bit of a battle there, but it's also a big battle here for a P1 between 10 different drivers. We've got Vindog being the last one out of this train. Oh no, never mind. Sean hasn't caught up. It's 6 people battling for P1. Thunder Buddy is the last one out of this group as he tries to close down that gap to P1, obviously, but it's a hard challenge. You know, he's got 4 other drivers in front of him before he can get to that P1, so he needs to make a lot of overtakes before he can get there. Sean has had a crazy good start. Yes, indeed, he had an 8 positions gain for the McLaren driver already. And who's going to be able to make a move? A Sheepy Calf is not close enough, and it doesn't look like he's got the straight line speed either. Oh, there goes the AlphaTauri driver. An awkward line for Murph as he's possibly going to get overtaken by Tomo. Tomo backs out of it, and we saw a yellow flag right there. Hammer around the outside. Thunder Buddy is now having the outside line. Hammer goes a little bit too much onto the curb as he loses some speed throughout that corner. And there is a 1.2 second gap from Murph to Sheepy Calf right now. So he's going to be struggling down the main straight. A yellow flag in sector 1. That is going to be Matko. And this is not great for his championship standings as he's currently in P4 or P5. He's in P5 and he might be losing a couple of positions. Hammer, who seems to be in P6 if I'm not mistaken in the driver standings. Yes sir, he is. And he's also P6 in the race here tonight. Tomo on the tail of Murph. He's sniffing that butt. He's sniffing the tires. He's sniffing the smoke. He's sniffing some cola. Tomo, P4, right on the tail of Murph. And here he goes. Slipstream wide open. DRS wide open. I mean, slipstream, you cannot open the slipstream. But Tomo making that move around the outside. Beautifully done there, of course. It wasn't that difficult. A DRS wide open and you're just flying past him. Sheepy Calf is not able to keep up with Brad Races right now. Or the Hearts already giving up. That would be very interesting because Brad Races is obviously running mediums who go less long than the Hearts. And Vindog could just get overtaken by Youngie. And Youngie seems to have gotten past Apex Joe too, as it is going to be the Alfa Romeo drivers battling with each other right now. Alfa Romeo not in. Oh, there goes Apex Joe. Gets a little bit of a snap and loses the car. Is being a lawnmower right now. And is he going to get overtaken by anyone else? It does look like it. Vindog, as it is going to be Apex Joe choosing the eyesight line to defend from Joe Rennie, who's right on his tail right now as we want to go back to P5. Thunder Buddy being pretty close to Murph right now. Right the outside he goes. He was looking to make a move down the inside there, but kind of backed off. He knew it wasn't really going to happen into the chicane there. He's going to have the DRS right now. Murph might not have the DRS. No, he doesn't. And Tomo got away. So as I said, during the sprint race, Tomo and Murph were going to have a lot of battles today, but I've been a bit disappointing. Disappointed. Thunder Buddy right now with the use of DRS, and Murph does have the DRS though. Thunder Buddy goes down the inside with a deep dive bomb, but he doesn't go for it. I don't know what he had there. I think he went a little bit onto the brakes a little bit too late or something like that. And he kind of had a slip, so he tried to back out of the incident, and he had an awkward line. So let's go back to the tires real quick. So actually very remarkable that Tomo is losing time to Sheepy Kev and Brad Races already. 2.2 seconds, although he is on the soft tires. So does that mean that the soft tires are dropping off already? I wouldn't say so though. 6 laps, they should be going to 13, 14 laps. And it would be very remarkable if they're dropping off already. I don't think they are though. Just gonna take a quick sip of water right now. Murph has caught up to Tomo, and Apex Joe gets a 3-second time penalty. He is all the way in P13 though. Thunder Buddy right now with the DRS. Is he going to be able to make that move? Murph on the tail of Tomo, but it is going to be Thunder Buddy with another chance, another opportunity. And is he going for it? Around the outside, he's going to get locked. 3 wide right now into turn 1. A little bit of a tap from Murph on the tail of Tomo. A little bit of an awkward line from Thunder Buddy. As it is going to be Murph dropping back to P5. And Tomo didn't lose a single position. He gets a 3-second time penalty. Talking about the AlphaTauri driver right there. And Yeah, I mean, Tomo had some struggles keeping up with the pace of Kev, but right now it seems like he's having struggles keeping these two right behind him, and Hammer is just getting back. He's just getting back, and Thunderbuddy on the mediums, he's actually faster than both soft drivers. He needs to watch out for possible snap there, though, as he almost ended up in the wall. And there's a safety car. A safety car situation right now, as it is possibly going to be Matko crashing out. No, somebody else crashed. That is going to be Apex Joe. He does not have the race of his dreams. Position change wise, he went from P9 to P16, and he didn't have a great sprint race either. Widget right now in P15, and Bobinator in a P13. 7 positions lost for Bobinator though, not great. Not great. We've got Thunderbuddy in P4, a couple of guys coming into the pits, and that is going to be the soft tire runners. Let me have a quick look with the tires. Soft tire runners are coming into the pits. The medium tires are 2. And Sheepykev is not gone for a great strategy. And all of these guys are possibly going onto the hards, aren't they? Thunderbuddy, Hammer, Sean, Vindog, Geldy, all on the hard tires. Well, Geldy not really, because he started on the hards. But we've got Tomo and Murph starting, well, going onto the mediums, quite interestingly enough. Not a great decision in my opinion. As I'm just gonna re-watch the stream real quick. Because I feel like I'm screaming a little bit too much. And I need to watch out for my neighbors, obviously, because I don't want them to be mad at me. Oh no, don't worry. Should be able to hear me though. Welcome guys, by the way. Hope you're having a fine evening. I'm just gonna reply to my girlfriend. Alright, here we go. So let's talk a little bit more about the strategy decisions. So Brad races stays out on the mediums. He possibly wants to go until a lap 17, 18. Sheepykev probably wants to do the same. Actually, what Sheepykev can do is stretch these hards as long as he wants. He can stretch them till lap 32, 30, and then come in for the softs. In the hope that he's going to cover a safety car. But right now I think he's a little bit in the disadvantage. If he would have to come into the pits right now, he's going to be losing a lot of positions. Oranje Boom decides to come into the pits, he's going to be losing a lot of positions too. As he's going to drop back to possibly P15, P16. And a lot of guys have gone for a pit stop, which is in my opinion great, you know. You want to cover that pit stop when there is a safety car. And the chances of another safety car is rather small. And the reason why I had my safety car probability so low was because on Tuesday we didn't have a single safety car. And usually on Imola I would say the safety car probability is about 95% chance of a safety car. But I didn't have one on Tuesday, so I was like, oh, maybe my prediction is not right, you right? Hammer currently in P6. Not a bad start there. And we still have 22 laps to cover. And my apologies if I'm talking a little bit quieter right now, but my throat is hurting because of all the screaming. So I should be screaming a little bit less here. And do we want a safety car song, guys? In the chat, make sure to let me know. Do we want a safety car song or not really? We're probably coming into the pits already. So just let me know if you do. And if there's another safety car, we're going to be doing it. I haven't done it in a long time. I haven't done it in ages. Alright, so the safety car is indeed coming into the pits right now. So let's go on board with Sheepykev, as he's going to be right behind Brad Races. I really wonder when Brad Races is going to go. Usually, as a racing driver, you want to go just right behind that first left-hander. But some tend to wait until the finish line to go. And the Haas driver needs to watch out, and so does Tomo, because he cannot go. Oh yeah, there goes Brad Race's beautiful line he had. Beautiful line. And this is going to be a couple of tenths. This is going to be a couple of tenths. Tomo is looking around the corner to make that overtake. A big gap from Murph to Tomo. A big gap from Thunder Buddy to Murph. As both drivers are running different strategies. Hammer might be able to make a move here. Is Hammer going to be able to make a move? It doesn't look like it. He was looking for it, but he didn't go. Geldy. He is caught up quite well though. Geldy, good job, buddy. Currently, my apologies, in P10. 3 tenths behind Findog. My apologies. My apologies. Oh. It's the pizza. I'm eating too much unhealthy food. Oh, there goes Tomo. He's looking to make a move though, but he's not going for it. And it's a 3-way battle. 3 drivers within 5 tenths of each other. Look at that. Some beautiful lines here. Hopefully, Tomo is not going to be crushing out Sheepy And I think these 3 are battling for the... No, they're not. Where's Tomo? Oh, Tomo is only a P9. Oh, man. Ah, but he would get some good points here if he finishes on the podium, though. He doesn't have a single penalty, so he's going to gain a position from Sheepy who's got a penalty already. Murph has got a penalty too, so Tomo and Brad Races only have to keep it consistent. And so does Thunder Buddy, because he might be able to get onto the podium today. Hammer gets around the outside, though. Beautiful move there from the Aston Martin driver. As Thunder Buddy loses a position, quite interestingly enough. He doesn't have the slipstream, and Thunder Buddy and Hammer are in some troubles because they're losing the toe of Murph, Tomo, Sheepy and Brad Races right now, and this is not great for Hammer and Thunder Buddy. Because obviously they were looking at the podium, but not anymore. Not anymore. Let me have a quick look at the back of the grid here. Joby Rennie on the tail of Widget. And if I remember quite well, Widget was in the Mercedes last season. And he had some pretty decent races, but doesn't seem to be very successful in Div 2 this season. Let's go to Tomo, Thunder Buddy with a 3-second time penalty. So that is going to be a podium gone. Although he's on the hards though, so he's going to be faster at the end of this race. He's going to be able to stretch those hards until the end of the race too. And I'm still thinking whether the mediums are going to be able to do that though. Still 20 more laps. They would be on 23 lap old mediums, which is quite hard to drive with. If I'm being honest, high chances of crashing out. And usually when that's a strategy, when you know what the thing is, right? We're just gonna have a quick look at this move here from Tomo around the outside. He doesn't have the DRS yet though, but the slipstream was right enough. The Sheepy Kev is sticking on the toe, but he's not gonna be able to make that move. There's a move from Apex to Joby. Well, on Joby, down the inside he goes, and Joby wants to get back though, catches that slipstream once again. But he's not going for it, I'm afraid. Hammer, 3 tenths behind Murph. But what I was saying, right? All of these guys trying to stretch the mediums. Oh, Tomo. He's backing out of the move. He's backing out of the move. He was going into down the inside there. He's now having the outside line. He's going for it. He's going for it. Oh, and a tap from Sheepy Kev. Down the rear off Tomo there. Not great, and he's lagging a little bit. The Haas driver, Bobinator, has left the session. He's currently in P12. Does he need an invite? I might want to text him real quick. Just gonna ask him if he needs an invite. What's his name? Bob. Is that you? Bobinator. You need an invite. There we go. And we're leaving it on that real quick. So Hammer makes the move on Sheepy Kev. Sheepy Kev dropping positions rather fast right now. I mean, he's on 13 lap old hard, so he's going to try to stretch those hards until the end of the, well, of their stints, of course. Tomo on the tail of Brad Races. And I feel like, you know, here's the thing with the strategy, right? All of the guys going onto the medium tires, all good and well. And I think it would work out if there's someone on the medium tires, well, the guy who's crashing out first on the medium tires is going to be a help to the other guys on the medium tires, because then they can switch over to the soft tires at the end of the race. It doesn't appear like Bob needs an invite there as he drops back all the way to P16. He did have a decent race though. I don't know why he left, honestly. Wow, it is what it is, right? So Hammer on the tail of Murph, and he's really stiffing that butt. Look at that. He does having a little bit of a snap though. And all 7 drivers are going to be having the DRS. 7 drivers are going to be having the DRS, so it's a big position change opportunity for a lot of guys right now. Hammer, beautiful line out of that last corner on the tail of the AlphaTauri driver, and we saw Murph having some good straight line speed, and he's showing that once again right now. It's going to be 3 wide into turn 1. A beautiful view we've got here from the Aston Martin driver as Murph takes P1. It is going to be the Alpine driver going a little bit too deep. Hammer goes onto the curb, having a little bit of a snap there, and Murph takes P1 after an interesting line from Tomo and also Brad Races. So Brad Races loses 2 positions, but he is on those 14-lap old mediums, so he's got to come into the pits pretty soon. And will he be going onto the hards or will he be going onto the softs? A little bit of a snap there from Tomo as he's possibly going to get overtaken by Brad Races around the outside again. And yes, indeed he is. Let's go on board with Hammer here as he's being pressured from behind by Sheepy Kev. These hards are not done yet. Bob needs an invite. Okay, I will invite him. Well, add me, Phoebe Thomas on EA. There we go. He should be able to get an invite. Oh well, if he adds me, of course. Thunder Buddy right now around the outside of Sheepy Kev, and he goes a little bit too much onto the curb, and that leaves a blind spot for Youngie as he makes it move down the inside. Hammer with a 3-second time penalty. We saw him go a little bit too deep into that corner a couple of times. Thunder Buddy now with the DRS. Oh, look at that straight line speed from the Red Bull. Wanted to catch the slipstream. Thunder Buddy makes the move into the inside. It goes a little bit too deep, almost touches the Red Bull, and he tried to make a switchback work, but obviously it wasn't gonna work. If you're gonna be touching that curb a little bit too heavy, you're gonna be losing a couple of tens there though. Bobby, what's his name? Bobby Kunt? Oh, Bobby C. Okay, I was reading Bobby Kunt. Let's go on board with Tomo here. Oh, what a beautiful scenery. Going into sector 2 right now, into the uphill corner. Quite a difficult corner to make that move on. As of course you can make a dive bomb there, but I feel like it's a bit risky. Also here into the chicane, I feel like it's a little bit Monza vibes. Monza turn 1 and 2 there. As Tomo is being pressured from behind. Hammer. Go on, Young, carry on, carrying Red Bull. Yes, indeed he is. Youngie. But he is on those soft tires, so he's got to come into the pits once again at the end of this race as Tomo is coming into the pits. Oh no, this is Brad Races. Brad Races coming into the pits onto the hards possibly. Let's go on board with Youngie right now. Right the outside. Easy move for the Red Bull driver. As I'm gonna pop an invite to Bob pretty soon. There goes the Ferrari driver right on the tail of Youngie as he makes that move on Sheepy Kev. Let me invite Bob real quick if I can find him already. Bob, where's Bob? I can't find him yet. Is he online? I can't seem to find him. Oh wait, here. Bobinator? Bobinator. There we go. Bob, you've been sent an invite. Brad Races drops back to P16. That is bad. That is very bad. Tomo right now, 3 tenths behind Murph. And this is going to be great. Tomo is possibly looking at a race win here. 15 more laps to go. As Murph goes a little bit too deep. 3-second time penalty for Vindog. As he's currently in P5. Good comeback race from the Ferrari driver after a very disappointing sprint race where he crashed out. And he is on those 8 levels hard. So, yeah, it's looking great for Vindog. And we've seen that with Tomo already a couple of times. He has a snap every now and then coming out of corners, and I feel like, you know, it's not great. Kev already coming into the pits, which is in my opinion not a great decision. Vindog making a move on Youngie here. Dynamite straight Youngie, who didn't have the DRS. And the 9-lap bolt softs are possibly running out already. There goes Hammer. Sticking to the toe of the Williams driver though. Strategy-wise, I think Hammer and Vindog are in the best position. Mediums are not going to last till the end. You can see there. Tomo had it once again coming out of that corner. He has that little snap. I don't know what it is. He's letting Hammer go past. Hammer possibly has a little bit more pace than Tomo at the moment on those hards. And Tomo just wants to catch slipstream. He knows that he's struggling. He knows that someone is faster than him and he wants to benefit from that position loss, obviously. 2/10 for Thunder Buddy right now. Let's go on board with him as he's right behind Youngie at the moment. And Thunder Buddy, absolutely great showcase from the Mercedes driver right now. Of course, one position lost, but I feel like he's been consistent all race long. Vindog, 8 positions gained. He came from P12, currently in P8. And then we have another big winner, Sean MC in P7. He's gained 8 positions, and he's trying to catch up to these two. And I feel like he's going to be able to do so. These two are going to be battling very, very heavy. And he makes the move. Thunder Buddy, of course. And it seems like Hammer is taking P1 here in this race. Murph had to let him go through. And Tomo sticking on the toe of Murph. Here he goes. He was looking to make a move down the inside, though. The room was not there. And obviously very risky into turn 4. And we're going to be having a 7-away battle for P1. Sean does have that penalty though. Let's have a quick look at the penalties. 3 seconds for everyone except for Joby. He's got 6. And then obviously the guys who didn't get a penalty yet. Tomo very close to Merv. I think that was almost a crash there as he went a little bit too late onto the brakes. Oh, beautiful line from Tomo there. A little bit of a snap once again. And I feel like Merv is always going to have the advantage there. If Tomo is going to have a snap, Merv can just run away. Let's have a quick look if he's going to have the same here. Yes, indeed he does. And look at that pace difference. He loses a couple of tenths getting that slap. And look how far Merv is already. Hammer is going to have no DRS, so he's going to be exposed. He's going to be exposed to the DRS. Although, look at that last corner section for Hammer. Merv is going to have the DRS and he's going to have the slipstream. But it's not going to be enough to keep Tomo behind him. Tomo chooses to go down the inside. The room is not there. He backs out of it. 1/10 for the Williams driver. But, you know, as I said before, you need to be alongside the guy to be able to make that move. Apex Joe makes the move on Joby Rennie. And Joby Rennie, good comeback race, though. I think he started all the way at the back of the grid. Currently in P11. That's 7 positions gained, which is not too bad. Kev with the fastest lap at the moment, 1:17.8. And I think that comes very close to the fastest lap of this track. Oh, we've got a 3-way battle here. Vindog recaptures P3. Thunder Buddy going alongside with Tomo. Possibly a big mistake from Tomo there. They're going side by side in the uphill corner. And Tomo a little bit of wheel banging with Thunder Buddy there. Make sure he's still in P4 and still in contention for this race win, because obviously he doesn't have a penalty. And if he's not... Oh, no way! Ah, commentator's curse right there. He didn't have a penalty yet. Right as I said it, he got a penalty. Ah, that is bad. The top 5 right now is a penalty. And I think Youngie, look at that. He still has to come into the pits though. But if there is a safety car right now, I think Youngie is golden. He is gold. Oh no, he's coming into the pits. Youngie, no, you should have waited. Because there is definitely coming a pit stop, safety car within the next 2 laps. Thunder Buddy around the outside of Tomo, and they're losing the toe to Vindog and the rest of the group. 1.5 seconds already. Tomo is trying to get back to Thunder Buddy. Goes around the outside. Thunder Buddy defending the inside line, and he's not going to be able to make that move. Tomo patiently waiting. We've known him for a long time already. And we're going to know him for a long time after this race, because he is such a great driver. A very consistent driver. Just has some snaps every now and then. And let's go back to Hammer right now, right in the tail of Murph. Oh, takes that line beautifully, abuses that track limit there on the exit of turn 12, I think it is. Oh, Vindog, he looked like he went into that chicane very, very aggressively there. And there's 5 drivers within 3 seconds of within 5 seconds of each other right now. All drivers within a DRS zone. And Sean is trying to get back 3 seconds to Tomo, so it should be an opportunity for Sean. And let's have a quick look with the tires right now. Medium tires for both Tomo and Murph. So I see them drop some pace pretty soon. And then of course Sean, who's on the hard tires. We might want to have a quick look with the leader's time to see how much time Sean is losing to Murph at the moment. Murph does have some clean air. Sean also, but it's going to be tough for Sean because he doesn't really have the pace that these guys at the front have. And he gets another 3-second time penalty. He drops to a possible P7 there. He does have 9 positions gained though. Not a bad race from Sean. Congratulations, buddy. I know you're listening. Well, I hope you're listening. Vindog on the tail of Hammer. Let's have a quick look with these tire decisions. Hard tires for Vindog, Hammer, and Thunder, and they're going to be able to last them till the end of the race. But are the medium tires going to be able to? That is a very, very, very big question. Interval is the timetable we need right now, as it seems like there was a little bit of a snap from the Mercedes driver there. He's got Tomo right behind him, and that is a very scary sight. Looking at your rear mirror, seeing a very angry Williams driver who lost 4 positions already. Well, lost, I think he was P1 at some point in this race. And there is no real positions to gain from the guys at the back of the grid. Nobody is within 1 second of each other. Joby might be able to make that move on Apex Joe though. But Apex Joe just came into the pits to go onto soft tires. And Sheepy Gav on those fresh mediums. Matko makes the move on Joby. Easy move, it seems like. He was still 1 second behind when I looked at the timetable. Hammer right now. Hard tires, you know. You're going to be lasting a long time. 9 more laps. And, oh, yellow flag. Yellow flag. It is a Ferrari. As I said. I said it. Who went into the pits to go? Oh, it was Youngie. 2 laps. I said, in the next few laps, there is going to be a safety car. I said it. There was going to be a safety car, and he didn't come into the pits. Well, he came into the pits too early. Youngie, I'm a whisperer. I'm someone who reads the game well enough. You know, it's going into the later stage of the race. Drivers are getting too aggressive. They're pushing too much, and we're gonna have. It's that kind of race. You know, we had a safety car already. Everyone is very impatient. They want to get racing. Going into the later stage of the race, they're gonna be pushing too much, touching the curbs too much, trying to avoid penalties. But then, of course, if you touch the curbs and you try to avoid penalties, you're gonna be slipping. Oh! Thunder Buddy was trying to make a move in the pit lane. That was crazy. And he gets the 5-second time penalty for a collision with Vindog. That might be removed. And it might also not be removed. Yeah, Youngie. Yeah. Yeah. And he wasn't even on that kind of old tires, you know? He's gonna be behind these guys right now, 2-lap-old mediums. And, is he coming into the pits, though? He's possibly staying out, isn't he? Yeah, he's staying out. He's gonna gain a couple of positions, but he's gonna lose them again. He's gonna gain... Yeah, it's not enough. It's not enough, yeah. You know, as a racing driver, it is difficult during your race to think about these kind of things. Bobinator with drive-through penalty. Oh my days. This is possibly not the race he has wanted. He dropped out of the lobby. He got back in. He was dead last. He is having a drive-through penalty. Having another drive-through penalty? Does he have 2 drive-through penalties? No, right? Does he? Wait, let me have a quick look. That would be funny as fuck. Oh no, he's 1 drive-through penalty. A lot of guys with penalties right now. I think the guy without a penalty is not going to win the race, but he's definitely got a good shot at top 5. And the first driver without a penalty is Geldy. And as you guys might be able to see right above me, Geldy is currently in P1 in the driver's standings, and I think he's going to be able to minimize the damage that he has gotten from that last place in the one-shot qualifying. He started P18, currently in P10 without a penalty. And if he can keep that penalty out of his... well, out of his penalty sheet, he might be getting a top 5. Because look at the position, look at the penalties. So 8 penalty, well, 8-second time penalty for Thunderbolt. He might be able to get 5 removed though. 6 for Sean, so he's going to gain a position to Sean. He's going to gain a position to Chef Badger. 1 to Youngie possibly, because Youngie is also on those old mediums. He's possibly going to gain 1 to Tomo. Although I do think we're going to be seeing a gap created between Youngie and Thunderbuddy, so it might be difficult for Geldy to get back to that top 5. Why is it so hot in here? It's so hot in here. Take off all your clothes. I should do some striptease right now. You guys are... oh, by the way, we were going to be singing the safety car song, weren't we? 20.5. I think I'm going to lower that a little bit. Oh no, never mind. I need to work tomorrow from home. I'm not going to do that. No, never mind. I never said that. You didn't hear that. My eyes are hurting though. Right, I'm just gonna check out the Discord real quick to see if anyone has texted me about the race request. All I need is an invite. Yes, you got an invite, buddy. Is there anything else? It doesn't look like it. Live stream. The guys have gotten a ping. Discord. Yes. Okay, that's about it. We're gonna be racing again. I hope there's gonna be a safety car really soon again, because I gotta go to the toilet. So here we are. We have got a lot of penalties, a lot of position changes, a lot of different strategies. We're heading into lap 26 out of 32, with still 6 more laps to go after this one. Tire-wise, we've got Sheepy Gap on the mediums. He's not gonna make those last. He's gonna get eaten by the Lions, I'm afraid. Vindog is at a good streak right now, 8 positions gained, as this is possibly gonna be your biggest winner of the evening. And I think Sean kind of... I don't know. He didn't really mess it up, but... the penalties... I think it's the penalties, brother. I think it's the penalties. Alright, so here we go. Is Sheepy Gav gonna do the same as Brad Races did earlier? No, he's not. He's gonna wait. He's gonna wait, patiently waiting. Patiently waiting. And he's going. He's going. Murph didn't see that coming. He didn't see that coming. He's still within a second, though. And look at Hammer. 8 tenths behind. He's gonna get eaten by Vindog. The dog is biting. And he makes that move down the inside. He got a little bit of a boost here, as you can see. And he captures P3. Although Hammer's still around the outside. But he backs out right now. Goes onto the curb a little bit too much. As Tomo is right around the corner. P4 for Hammer. Not a bad position though. I mean, not a bad position. He came from P7 all the way to P4. Was leading the race at some point during this race, but I think he gave that position back up. We've seen a lot of position changes. I think this might have been the race where a lot of guys have changed positions the most, as the Red Bull driver goes a little bit too deep there. Sean down the inside as he makes that move through a very difficult part of the track. Geldy trying to get back to Sean, Youngie, Chef Badger. As I think Chef Badger is going to be able to make that move on Youngie before Geldy is going to be able to make that move on Chef Badger, though. Was looking to make a move down the inside of the chicane. Goes a little bit too deep there. Touches the curb, but gets good rotation in his car. And the more you're going to be touching that curb, the more your rotation you're going to be having, which is not always great, but also very convenient sometimes. But it also depends on what corners you're doing it on. Vindog with a 117.6 heading into lap 27 out of 32. Geldy is going to be able to make that move with the use of Slipstream. He's using all of the ERS he's got. He possibly has less than 20%, and the Alfa Romeo still has more than 20%. Geldy with a good switchback. He's going to be able to make that move. Look at that. Went off the throttle. Don't think he should have done that, and he's getting overtaken by Brad Races right now. Geldy backing out of the move. Brad Races is feeling the pressure, but he's making the pressure on Geldy and Chef Badger too. Chef Badger, who went into turn 5 a little bit too deep, went onto the gravel And loses another position to Geldy and Brad Races. Someone crashed out. That is going to be Joby Rennie, Bobinator in the pits right now to serve his drive-through penalty. Let's go on board with Vindog here as he's right on the tail of Murph. Penalties, penalties. We want the penalties. 3 seconds for the top 5. Then 8 seconds for Thunder, but he might be able to get those 5 removed though. Make sure to remind yourself of that. Sean is not able to get back to Thunder Buddy. He just doesn't have the pace at the moment. And there's no point in doing that anyway, as he's got 6 seconds of time penalties. And Vindog is really playing around with the track limits. I see him abuse those track limits as much as possible every now and then. He's got the DRS next lap though. But he's possibly going to be able to make that move right now with the use of Slipstream. He's not going for it. Brad races with a 117.4 and not a bad job. A little bit of a snap there. It goes onto the gravel. And it is going to be an overtake from Hammer on Vindog. Very exciting race. And right now it is going to be the Mercedes making a move down the inside of Tomo right there. And Thunder Buddy up in P5. Vindog dropped back to P4. Thunder Buddy making a move down the inside. A little bit of an aggressive drive there from the Mercedes driver. And there goes the Mercedes driver. He's got a broken front wing. Oh, he resets back to track. I don't think that is allowed, is it? Thunder Buddy in P10 right now. Vindog makes the move on Sean. And that time around, Sean is back into the top 6. And Youngie has got his hands full with the new youngster, Brad Races. Brad Races is 110 behind Youngie, and he's gonna gain a couple of positions though due to that penalty. Well, those penalties from the guys ahead. Hammer right on the tail of Murph. And Sheepy Gav got away with not coming into the pits. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, someone. Oh, what is happening here? Brad Races got back into P7, so that is great. Hammer is looking to make a move down the inside of Murph. He's going to have the DRS and he might be able to get back to Sheepy Kev. So is this going to be the first race win for Hammer? Hammer currently in P6. I don't know if he had a race win already. I haven't been here very often. Brad Races get back into P6. Sean making a move down the inside of Youngie right there. Beautiful move from the Englishman. And Murph, he cannot keep up with the pace of the Aston Martin right now. 29 out of 32 laps. As we're currently in lap 29. And Sheepy Kev, he's got some troubles. He's got some trouble. It's the tires though. 11 lap old mediums. They're dropping. My apologies. They're dropping off. They're dropping off rapid. What is Youngie doing right now? 5/10 for the Red Bull. Right behind the McLaren driver though, Sean. He's got to do everything to keep Youngie behind him and possibly create a 3-second time gap. And Brad Races is able to keep up with Vindog. And look at this. He's going to be gaining 3 positions if he keeps on racing like this. Maybe even 4. So he might be able to get into the onto the podium. If he can keep up and keep it within 3 seconds of Murph, he is going to be able to do it. Hammer is going to have the DRS, and that is going to be an easy move on Sheepy Kev. So as things are looking like right now, Hammer is going to be winning this race, lap 30 out of 32. He shouldn't be making any mistakes. And Youngie having a decent battle with Sean here. Sean down the inside. Beautiful line by the Englishman. As Youngie made a little bit of a mistake going onto the curb too much. And now he's creating a gap. Sean is creating a gap. 6/10 between the Englishman and Youngie right now. We've got a position change here for Murph and Tomo. Murph gets back into P3. And as I said, we're going to be seeing these guys battle all day long. And it's once again happening. Lap 30 out of 32. 2 more laps to go after this one. And it's going to be some heavy battling. I do know that for sure. Also here between Youngie and MC Sean. Uh-oh, Murph crashed. Murph crashed. Murph crashed, goes onto the grass. And he is losing another position to Sean and possibly one to Youngie too. Oh, Youngie needs to benefit out of this. From this. Out of this. Why am I saying that? From this. Let's have a quick look with Brad Races here. 5th position for the Alpine driver. He's got the toe. So does Vindog though. Vindog has the DRS. He's going into P3. And they've created a gap. I'm talking about the top 2. Tomo defending that position from Brad Races, who's having a little bit of a snap there. He's got to be happy with a P5 though. Why is he pushing that much? He didn't even have to push. Because he's got a penalty anyway. I mean, he's got no penalties. The other guys have got a penalty. So he's going to get onto the podium anyway. I think he wants to get closer to Sheepy Kevin Hammer, but it's only 1.5 more laps. And he won't be gaining 2 more seconds in 1.5 more laps. Tomo on the tail of Vinny Dog. Vinny Dog. Oh, Vin Dog. Thunder Buddy with the fastest lap of 116.2. Not bad at all. Oh, Tomo gets a 3-second time penalty. That is going to be great for Brad Races and Murph. Murph, if he can keep up with Tomo's and Vindog's pace at the moment, he might... Yeah, that's what I mean. He's got too much oversteer. I don't think his setup is right. And there goes Brad Races. Easy move for the Alpine driver. And he's going to get that move done on Vindog too. And you know, Brad Races, all props to him. He crashed out, or I don't know what happened to him, but he had a great comeback race at the moment. Let's go on board with Sean here. He's gonna have the DRS. I don't think it will be enough though, but he might be able to make that move on Murph. He doesn't have the straight line speed. Murph doesn't either. There goes Sean. Look at that speed difference. Oh, beautifully done by Sean. Gets back into P6, but he's gonna lose another position though to Youngie, who's gonna get in P6. Oh, maybe even P7. No, not P7 though. Sean is too far ahead. Tomo is too far ahead. Geldy, no, he had to stay consistent. Ah, Geldinator, not great. Last lap when he gets that penalty. Otherwise, he would have been able to get into the top 6. Ah, Geldy. Brad Races, you don't need to push. Just keep it behind Vinny Dog. Vin Dog, just keep it behind. He doesn't keep it behind. He doesn't keep it behind. Sean with another 3-second time penalty. 9 seconds right now for the McLaren driver. And Geldy gets that position to Youngie. How many positions is Youngie losing right now? Brad Races. He wants that position, but I don't know what for. He's going for it anyway. Youngie is going around the outside. Down the inside right now. And he's making that move on Geldy. Geldy wants to get back. He's pushing. Slipstream is all he can hope for right now. He's not going to have the DRS because the DRS is after the finish line. Well, not really, but... Oh, Sean drops back to P12 after those penalties. P13. That is nasty. So congratulations to Hammer. He kept it very consistent this race. We had Brad Races in P2. That's a great result too. And Sheepy Kev, he didn't come into the pits. Look at those tires. 15-lap-old mediums. He didn't come into the pits. He was leading the race for quite some time. Didn't come into the pits. Stayed out on the mediums. And finished the race on the mediums. Congratulations to him. Vindog in P4. And then we have Tomo in P5. Let's look at the back of the grid real quick. Only 110 between Matko and Widget. I do have to say Matko was all the way at the back of the grid at some point during this race. He did a good job getting back to P9. Let me have a quick look with the position changes. 9 positions gained, 8 positions gained for Vindog. We've got 7 for a couple of guys, including Geldy, Matko, and Oranje Boombruin. 8 positions lost for Murph. And the biggest loser of the evening is possibly Thunder Buddy and Bobinator, I think his name was. So let's go on over to the race results right now. Let's have a quick look. Driver of the day goes to Oranje Boombruin. Congratulations to you. I know the guy. Well, not personally, but I know him from racing. He used to race in Phoenix, and now I think he's also racing. I think I'm the one who brought him into this league, didn't I? Together with Joby and Calvert. I did. I brought a couple of guys actually in this league already. I brought Elias in, I brought Oranje Boom, I brought Joby, I brought Calvert. Did I bring anyone else? I don't think so, did I? Alright, so race results, here they are. So congratulations to Hammer for getting that race win. Congratulations to Brad Races, who didn't get a single penalty, neither did Matko. So I think that's where he gained a couple of positions there, the Slovenian driver. Sheepy Kevin P3, we have Vindog in P4 and Tomo in P5. Further, we've got Youngie, Geldy, Widget, Matko, and Oranje Boombruin in the top 10. Then we've got Murph, Chef Badger, Sean, who dropped back to P13. What a disaster of a race. I mean, he had a great race, just the penalties weren't great. That's it. Apex Joe in P14, and then Thunder Buddy, who had the fastest lap of 116.2. Congratulations to that. He's going to get a point for that, I think. I'm not 100% sure, because usually the guys in the top 10 only get the fastest lap points. So I'm not 100% sure there. Bobinator drops back to P16. And then we've got the DNF Foxy, of course, Joby Rennie. A little mention, he's in P17. He gained 1 position, so he didn't lose a single position. And that is going to be the results of today. Guys, yeah, that was going to be the race for tonight. I mean, it was a very eventful one. There were a lot of overtakes. I possibly missed a couple. My apologies if I missed your overtake. My apologies. But I cannot have eyes everywhere. I need 2 people for that. So it's only going to be me, myself, and I for this race. And it's also going to be me, myself, and I for the next couple of races. I hope I'm going to be there next week. I'm not 100% sure yet. That depends on both me and Sean, of course. So guys, thank you very much for this race. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you haven't followed the channel already, make sure to do so, as I will be streaming on YouTube from now on instead of Twitch, because I will be making my Twitch into a... what's it called? Like a streaming channel, not really commentary, but like real streaming, like F1 lobbies, open lobbies, that kind of stuff when I get back to Belgium. And I think that should be it, guys. Yeah, make sure to drop a like if you liked the video. I know there's a couple of guys who rewatched the video on YouTube rather than on Twitch. So then I will be able to see how many people have viewed the race. So guys, I'm going to be shutting off the stream here. I thank you very much for watching. This was Imola. And this was Formula 1 Racing League. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Peace out.